the caliber of the drivers is still very strong. So not taking that away from it. I mean, are you looking, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm just giving it another boot up. I think it might work now, hey? Just waiting to see that it is confirmed here on YouTube, because I got YouTube up next to me. Just bear with me a second. Sorry to be holding everyone up. It's my turn this week, everyone. I think it is up, so I think we're good to go. So my stream is available now, so if you are on Ratek's stream, which you probably are because it's been the only one up, and he does make it to the final and I don't, then you can swap across to mine and see it from the track view. Anyways, I'm in this first race. I'm going to go silent and leave you in the hands of Ratek here.
Yeah, best of luck,
Cool.
Kyle.
Thanks. Good luck with commentary. Good luck to all the drivers for tonight.
Thanks very much. Right, so yeah, as I said, we're running the same track as we did the qualifying on, only with 6 laps, which does make a huge factor. Pick up some damage on the first lap, and you carry that through for the other 5 laps, and yeah, it can really affect your overall pace. So it's not down to a time-based kind of race compared to the qualifying. It's overall times that do that. It's now down to a knockout stages. So top 3 go through of each semi-final. So it's going to be interesting. So you got on pole, you got Matsusik, Carl next to him, and then Berries, Kenny, Dusty, and then Artem at the back. So nice, strong grid there. They're all going to be coming off and trying to get into that first corner. Obviously, Matsusik and Kyle have got the best advantage into that, but it all depends on the start. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think they're all on the way at the moment, syncing up near the engine's revving. And we're underway. So we're just going to see who's got the best of the break. Kyle has made a storm off going into the first corner. Kenny, which is snuck up into the second place. Matsus's on the inside. So Matsus is still there. Barry is sneaking through now into third. Matsus has to brake hard, I think, to get out of that. But Kyle just out a little bit wide. Kenny's underneath his bumper now. He's definitely taking the fight to him. Barry's in third place. Is not too far away. So you've got Kenny's going for his Joker. That's a wise move from him to see whether he's got any more pace, but he's going to have the track of Matsushi to contend with, and then probably catch onto the back of the berries. At the bottom, at the back, you got Artem and Dusty. Whether they've had a bit of contact because they've dropped a little bit off now, that would be unfortunate for them. Back to the front now. Berries snuck into the lead. Kenny's in second. Kyle has dropped back to third. Matsu's just going up the inside of him. Just have a little incident there. Matsus has gone for his Joker. It's allowed Kyle now to get the free air and get the pace back down. Just banging in some clean laps, and you can probably pull that back. Back at the front, you've got Berries, which hasn't jokered yet. Kenny, which is close behind him, has jokered. So out of them two, you're going to say that Kenny's going to pull out in front. So Berries doesn't seem to be going away from Kenny. Berries is going for his Joker now. Going to stand the line. yeah, nice gap between them now. So I can guarantee that them two are into the first and second places. Kyle, he's a little bit further back now. He's sending some nice lines, but not too sick. Oh, he's just made a little bit of a mistake. He's gone the wrong way. So you've got Dusty now into fourth, and Martin not far behind him. It's looking interesting. Out of these three, we've got Kyle gets Joker. Dusty, it's not coming up on my screen whether he has Joker yet. So he's just gone through. I must have made a bit of a mess. Going in there, just missed that. He's probably got a lot of damage now, and he's probably really suffering with vengeance speed. So moving back up now, you've got the top. Well, everyone's go good, I think. Not coming up on the screen. Kenny, he's out in front. Some tyres to contend with. Barry's just going a little bit wide. Got them two nicely out in front. We've got Dusty. He's coming over the jump now. I think he's kept it pretty clean. Looking at his car, he's all intact. Looking pretty safe in third place. That'll be your top three going into the semi at the moment. There's still a chance that Martin, he's bringing it round. We'll see Carl at the background. I think he's pulled out of the way now. Probably suffering too much damage. That's a shame. Him, my teammate, he's suffered. So coming round now, Kenny takes the win. Berries, they've finished, and Dusty's just coming round now. That's your top three into the final. So very strong competition there. Kyle, can you just talk us through what happened there? Didn't quite have the
I hit the tire barrier and I got like instant 20 something damage on the engine. Terrible suspension and all that, so my steering was off, and then it was just wall after wall after that.
Maybe.
So yeah, I was up to 80 something damage at the end, so I thought I'd just crawl around.
Cruise it right. Yeah.
But once you pick up damage on this track, it doesn't behave like you want it to behave.
No.
A pity, because I felt strong for the first lap or so.
It was looking so good, mate. It was looking so good. I just took the cameras off you, and unfortunate. Yeah. You can see there the top three. The best laps they've done 40, all in the 49s.
So it's awesome to see Dusty gets through his first race event with us, and he's through to the finals there in third.
Yeah, definitely. He's done well. First.
Awesome to see. So now we go into the next race. So everyone has been sent their invites. We're still trying this not having to invite things so that we get as little blue screen of boredom as possible. So I'm just going to swap Ratek into the race here. I go as a director. And now the new guys need to jump in. So in this next race we've got Jacques, Mark, TKB, Kento and Marius. So Kento's teammate is through with his new teammate there, Dusty, getting through to the final. Can Kento make it 2 Hondas in this final? Anything can happen in these races, especially this track. It's a very unforgiving track, this one. As you would have seen if you just watched my onboard.
It's easy to make a mistake, never mind racing against other people and trying to avoid anything or.
Once you make the first
easy.
one, it's just so easy to just continue making mistakes over and over. Because if your steering's gone here, there's a lot of having to transition the car into different directions, and then you know, it just doesn't work if you've got damage. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what the guys should be aiming for tonight, is to pick up as little damage as they can. Alright, so we got 4 cars. We're waiting for one more. It must be... who are we waiting for? Marius.
Marius.
Maybe I haven't sent him a... Let me send him another one. I thought I had, but obviously I hadn't.
Yeah, pre-race nerves, as you say. Even though it is just a game, you do.
You can't do worse than what I just did. Have that there to calm
I
you
don't
down.
know, mate. Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. I'll be out to prove you that you can do worse. It's
But yeah, so
It all
let's
depends on-
see how many Fords are going to make it through. Will we get another Polo through? And will we get another Honda through? Will we get our first Mini through? Yo, lots of things to keep an eye on in this one. Okay, good luck, guys.
Thanks very much. I'm gonna go silent, so I'll leave you with it.
Alright. So you can just see the map there on the right of our screen. So this is the actual Barcelona racetrack where they race other series. I think they do Formula 1 here. Or they have. I don't know if they still do it. I don't really follow F1 at the moment, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it's the big track, but they're using just part of it for the rallycross, with its little extra sections added to it for the dirt parts and the jump, obviously. Okay, lining up there, we can see Ratek on the front. It's a nice spot for him to start in. On his inside, though, is Care Bear. Care Bear in the blue Ford to the right of our screen, just showing there. In between the two of them at the back there is Marius in the yellow Polo. Got the Honda at the very back, so he's got some work to get past everyone. And Jacques on the very left in the Star Ford. Off the line they go, smoke everywhere. No accidents so far, so that's good to see. Some smoke coming off of the back of that Mini though, as Ratek storms off in front. Got Care Bear right behind him, Jacques and Care Bear just bunching up a little bit there. Jacques slips through now, going... Ooh, Jacques going very wide there. Not exactly the best race line, but Jacques gets clipped by the other Ford, sending him into the wall. So that's put him out at the back now. If he's going to have to put some solid laps now if he wants to get through into the final. With 3 of these 5 cars going through, it's a bit easier with the 5 than the 6-car race, but it's still a race for the top 3. So the back 2 now with Kento and Jacques taking their jokers. Kento, if he can put in some laps, he might make it past Marius, but Marius still stuck on the back of these 2 up front. So there's still there's no obvious winner here. They seem to be making a couple mistakes as well. Over the jump he goes. He decides to take the standard lap, which sends the other 2 cars into their joker, obviously thinking they got a bit of extra pace in them, so they've taken their joker. If I'm being honest, I would take the joker on my 6th lap if I was Ratek. I would just nail in the laps now and full send it into that joker on the last lap and hope that I'm still in front when I come out. So we got T Care Bear with Marius just dropping back a little. Care Bear obviously just keeping his car a bit more planted on the ground. Jacques managed to get through past Kento, so now he's on the back of Marius. But remember, these guys have all jokered now. It's only Ratek left to joker, so if there's no crashes or major gains in time here, these guys are going to be finishing in that kind of order. It's just Ratek we got to see now where he slots out into the guys that have done the joker here. Bit of a gap between each driver, but you can still see them all on screen there, so none of them specifically a lot faster than the others. It's quite an even race between them. Ooh, Ratek must have made a mistake, because now all the cars going past, he gets punted there by Jacques, which sends him into the center of the track there. He's got some serious damage by the looks of it. He got a lot of airtime there as well. So this has put Marius through, so it just shows what can happen. Marius was sitting in third a bit earlier. He's through past two cars now in first place, with Jacques in second. That Ford looking a bit shorter now with the front bumper gone on that car. So Care Bear still sitting in the top three, also with a lot of damage. He must have gone straight into the back of Mark when the accident happened. Kento in fourth and Mark bringing up the rear. He's probably got a ton of damage now, so probably pretty much how my race went. It's just going to have to hope that he can make it round. Marius just having to hold it for this last lap. He goes wide into the wall, so that's not what he wants to do on the last lap. He just needs to keep it together and get over that line. Doesn't look like he's pushing too hard now. I think he's just trying to take the tightest lines he can to make sure that he holds on to it, and he does. He's through in first. Jacques over the line in second. Coming up to the last corner is TK Bear. He's going to cross the line in third. Kento sending it there. He goes across in fourth, so unfortunately he will be the first of the two cars not making it through to the final. And my teammate Ratek, he didn't seem to make it. He looks like he might have blown his engine just before he crossed the line. That's not what you want.
Yeah, just before I got to the line.
Blows his engine just before. That's what I was doing in my practice earlier. It's a tough car to keep the engine not blown. But crazy race there. Lots of position change. And that was just the semi with 5 cars. Into the final we go with 6. We will have 2 people on commentary because neither of our minis have made it through. I think this is the first time for that as well. We'll have to fire some people in the mini team.
It was going so well. Yeah, I just clipped the nose.
Unfortunately, there will be no smoke show in this race.
Yeah, and it's typical. It's on a barrier that you've never hit before in practice, and the pressure just got to me, and then a little bit of contact. I'm sorry if I got anybody's way. I tried to bang it in reverse, get out of everyone's way, but it's just one of them. So I think they'll be happy to get through. I think it was Care Bear and Jack that came off worse. I think. I'm not too sure.
Well, Jacques got through. He made up a position actually. So I think it was Care Bear. He still made it through, but he dropped back a position or 2. And then Marius probably gained the most there. He made up a 2-car position change in that corner. So.
Right. Yeah. Apologies to.
So we're just waiting. We're just waiting now on everyone to join who was in the top 3 there. I'm just going to double check, so you're going to see a quick blue screen of boredom. unfortunately. Just while I check my screenshots. Just to double check, because when I'm in the moment I don't always know exactly who's won. So it should be Kenny, Berries, Dusty, Marius, Jacques, and TKB.
After qualifying, that's a strong final. That is.
Who are we missing? Berries.
Berries, yeah.
So just waiting on Berries to join up now. He does have an invite from before that I hope he's able to join.
Just joining the chat.
So we got, there's two lots of teammates in this one. We got Marius and Berries in those polos. The cars are slightly different colors, but same liveries if you take a close look at them. So they're going to take the fight to the Ford team of Kenny and TK Bear there in their blue and black Fords. But Dusty is the story here, making it into his first final that he's ever been competing. His first event, first final. So that's a great story there. Can he make it a better story and take the win?
So if we got there, we got obviously Dusty, Marius. Has Care Bear had the win before?
No, so Care Bear and Dusty and Marius are the two guys, or sorry, so it's three guys. It's 3 versus 3. So 3 guys looking to add to their current win tally, and 3 guys looking for their first ever Rally Fighters win.
This is going to be good.
So if you got someone that you're rooting for or you want to cheer on, and you're not racing but you're watching the streams, tell us in the chat what outcome you would love to see. Do you want to see someone add to their tally? Do you want to see a new winner? Okay, the grid is looking super full there, a lot fuller than it did with the 5 cars. Just shows what that 1 car extra can do on the track. So Berries has got a perfect spot there, I think, right dead center. He's going to have a bit of a fight on his hands into that first sort of bend with Jacques there on his inside. With the two of them being quite fast, they're going to have to hope that they don't take each other out, I think. TK Bear and Marius sitting on the back line. So they're off. Shark seems to have got a really good start. Berry's running very wide with Kento right, or sorry, not Kento, Dusty right behind him. I'm going to have to get used to seeing Dusty on a Honda because he's new. So Jacques, he gets through and Kenny jumps up. Dusty is also through, so Berry's drops back to 4th from that first bend and corner. I think he was probably trying to play it safe, but something's happened because Berries isn't on the screen now. He's dropped to the back. You're on cameras there. I don't know if you realized yet. So we're watching Berries now, and he is at the back after something that we didn't see on our screen. So Jacques now pulling far ahead. The car behind him, Kenny, deciding that he wants to take the Joker, comes out of the Joker ahead of his teammate TK Bear there. So it's pretty certain that Kenny's going to be one of the front runners here. We don't know where Jacques' Joker will place him or when he's going to take it yet. Ooh, a bit of collision there from Marius and TK Bear, but TK Bear pulling his car back, gets the car going straight again. Dusty, we can see there, he's taken his Joker as well. So Joker taken by Dusty, Berries and Kenny. So I reckon the 2 back cars could possibly get past maybe Marius and someone else just taking their Joker now maybe. we've got Marius took his Joker. So Dusty came out just ahead of Marius, and Barry's on the tail of his teammate now, of Marius there. Just watching Care Bear here, so he's in third behind his teammate, but he still needs to Joker. So I reckon Dusty and maybe even Marius, we don't know about Barry's, could possibly get through on the Joker depending on how quick he goes. Let's see if I think he's taken his Joker. Quickly take a look there at T Care Bear. He might have just taken his Joker. He did take his Joker, so that's put him out on the back now of Marius. So Barry's didn't get through, but he's messed up the straight section there, which allows Barry's to get through. One tire on the grass. I'm pretty shocked it didn't pull him out. Actually, usually you do that when your car gets pulled into the grass in this game. So Care Bear still holding on to that fifth position. Marius in fourth. So unless mistakes are made, this is what we're looking at. Another win from Jacques. Kenny would come out second, and Dusty, well, we don't know. Dusty's right on the tail of Kenny, actually. So we might see a move before the end there. Only on the fifth lap here. Still a whole nother lap after this one.
I think this is where the tyre wear is really going to start coming into it.
Well, we know with our minis that our tyres were basically gone on this lap. The other guys didn't seem to be struggling so much. Some of them obviously saying they get that tyre temps, it goes to like an orange color on their screen or to a red. Mine, for my back right, if I was in this race, would probably be not there. There would be no color. The tyre would be worn. Very tough on the sixth lap on this track to keep your engine and tire temps down. Barry's just crossing for his final lap, so let's see what's going on there with Jacques. If he's going to cross the line okay, he's got a ton of room, so he's got no pressure on him to win. He's going to rack up another win here by the looks of it, just adding to his already dominant point tally for wins. He's the driver that sits with the most wins at the moment. We got Kenny managing to just hold off Dusty till the end for second. Dusty goes over in third, so podium for him for his first ever event. Marius in fourth. T Care Bear goes across that line in fifth, and Barry's gonna be in sixth there. So a lot of action in that race, but Jacques comes out in front.
Yeah, he seemed to pull a big gap away from the rest. I didn't see any major incidents that Kenny was involved with.
I think there was a few small incidents that could have held some of the other guys up, just a couple nudges and bumps, but I mean, Jacques was already through by then, so that just left him with the whole track to work with, and he did what needed to be done.
Yeah, I mean, congrats to Dusty Ben there, on the podium in his first event. So you can expect big things to come from him.
I think we're going to see him getting a lot faster throughout the season. I seem to remember him saying that he does run a standard setup on his cars at the moment. So if he's running this standard and he gets used to some custom setups, he is going to get a lot faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is the final over and done with. We have our third winner for this season, and we haven't had anyone yet win more than one in a row this season. So we're heading to France for the next race, which is in 2 weeks' time. Lohec. We know that can be a very fast track. We know that there's a lot of dirt on that one. And I think there's going to be a ton of action.
It's fast, and it's loose surface, isn't it? On the dirt, very loose.
It is, and it's
up some very good racing.
It's also a track where you can get very sideways. It's not always the fastest line, but But yeah,
We've got
it
to
should
pull
be
it
a
back.
very
We've
good
got to
should
pull it
be a
back.
very good race. We'll try get our 2 minis in there for that one. Yeah, but good race from everyone. Well done, and we'll see you guys tomorrow if you want to catch the GT3 stream. Otherwise, see you in 2 weeks for Rally Fighters on Project Cars. Cheers, everyone. Good night.
Cheers. See you later.